Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Aquarius, welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you for those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to say thank you to those of you who are going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to take this opportunity to invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. I also want to say thank you to those of you who have come across my video on, or these videos on Facebook, and liked and followed as well, and on my Instagram page. You know, I encourage you to connect to all three, because I have different content coming up on each one. So it's mostly YouTube and Facebook on saying that. But because whatever goes on my Instagram goes straight to my Facebook. So, but on saying that, yeah, if you feel like going on Instagram too, then that's all good as well. So I just want to also say too, if you're wanting to book a reading and or a healing session with me, or both, depending on what you most need, we could probably do both. We'll just evaluate that when we make our appointment time. My details are in the description box below. So just want to remind everybody too that these reads are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So just take what does and leave what does not. And also the other thing is, if something doesn't, or even if it does, or resonate with you, you can check out the other signs too that are you're maybe linked to. So this read is for Aquarius. So Aquarius may be in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. I say and or because it could be in 2 or 3 different of your signs. So 2 or 3 signs for you that you're connected to. And if you don't know what those signs are, your signs are, there is a description box in the link below. That will take you to a website that has a calculator in it. It's free, and it will work out a report for you. So don't freak out if you don't know what your birth time number is, because you don't necessarily need it. Okay. However, if you do, from my understanding, you get a little bit more specific, a little bit more tighter rein, and a little bit more information. But from what I understand too, the birth date will give you pretty much, really all you need to know as well. So, and it works fine for me and a whole lot of others as well. So it should be fine. So if you're curious. Anyway, so today I am using my trusty tarot deck still, and my Sacred Earth Oracle deck as well. The other one, my Rider-Waite deck, has not really wanted to come out at the moment, so we'll just, when it's ready, it's ready. So I was going to do 3 rows of 3, but we'll see how this has got. I've got 4 cards that have come out bang straight off the back. So is the 4 of Wands. So it is a time to reap rewards, Aquarius. So you must have been working on yourself or doing something, not just on yourself, but on a project that you're doing, or maybe some study that you've maybe completed, some sort of course or some sort of learning that you've finally completed. I'm hearing finally for some of you, and some of you it's like you maybe still doing the study, but you've reached a section or a part, or a certain phase where it's like maybe you're doing a 2 or 3 year diploma or degree or something like that, and you maybe finished year 1, and now you're moving into year 2, or some papers or something like that. It could be a master's for some of you, but anyway, there's that sort of thing, like a phase like that in some way or form, or could be too that some for different, because you've all got something different going on. There's something that an achievement may be to do with an apprenticeship as well, because they're showing me something about a job application or a grant for a course as well. Somebody who may have won a scholarship or some sort of grant in some way as well. So for some of you, that's what it is, and it's come from a a hard working and hard, clever, working background. Okay, it's like you've earned it, basically, is what they're saying. You've put the time, the effort into educating yourself, and it's not just about education though, but into your work. It's like there's a conscientious worker with you, whether it's for, because I'm hearing like not just study but also work or career, and something to do with business. So some of the yous may have been in a business course or something in that, or in a business, and you've got a certain got to a certain area or a certain phase, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I did it now. There's that sort of thing. So and something is paying off, okay, with this one, a time to reap rewards, and Spirit is saying yes, do it. Okay, and because for me this is a real action card. So it's because you took action, and some things are lined up, and it's like because you were listening and you took action. Now we have the moon, which is after that, which is the fluctuation and confusion. So the moon's energy can bring it around that. So it's like, but you just got through it. It's like in some ways they're talking about you. I'm hearing, a lot of you's like not so much followed the moon's cycle, but in like knowingly maybe, but some of you's actually did, or you it's like taking action, or you felt. It's like we listened to your intuition, because the moon has a thing about the intuition, like the high priestess as well. So there's something there about that. So it's like there's a natural progression for you, and you listened to it this time, or again for some of yous, and others it's like this time. Like it may have been in the sense that you didn't the last time, but this time you did. And some of yous it's like you listened to it again. And still the same thing that you may not have listened to it the last phase of something, but it's now you did, but in a different context to the first way of how they explained it. Gosh. So then we have the strength card. Okay, so there's something about courage and strength there, but with and self-discipline, which is what got you through it. So this is kind of like really flowing, which is kind of where they were going with the other one. But then there's something else that's coming up too. There's like work is underway with the Two of Wands. So it's you've either, continuation, or they're letting you see something, or you're letting yourself see something, allowing yourself. So it's like they started off with the Four of Wands and they're finishing with the Two of Wands in this row. Just letting you know, and that it's like now you're like, okay, where to now? You're looking out into the future now that you've planted two seeds, or you've grounded two poles, two sticks, or two seeds, whatever you like to call it. You've started the path, and now it's like, oh, okay, now where do it's like looking at the future as to where to now, what does the future hold for me? So it's more, and it's like envisaging, like looking out there, where they're going, what could that be, and where could it take you? So some of you will actually know what you already have in plan, but like it's like that saying I'm hearing about, with nothing is certain, not every, it's in this lifetime. So it's like, but it's like putting it out there, and it's like, and then taking one step at a time, or two steps, depending on what is going on for you. Some of you maybe you're moving not as fast as what you want, and others, or it's just about, okay, going with the flow, which could be like moving a little bit quicker, then a little bit slower, a little bit that way, and or whatever. So it's kind of like very much listening to your intuition, continuing that. Okay, because then we have in the second row, we've got 1, 2, we've got 6 cards here. So the Hanged Man is the first one, a sacrifice of choice. So there's something that's coming up, and it's like you're needing to make a decision, but it may take you out of your comfort zone, or it may be maybe you're needing to take a look at it from another angle, which is why the Hanged Man is there. So, and it may feel like you're sacrificing something, with this choice. So sometimes, like I'm hearing, maybe for some of you, that maybe you may sacrifice, say, family, more time with family. So it might take you away from your family a little bit more than usual. So it's kind of like, so, and I feel like there's some of you may be balancing, is it a sacrifice, as in, you know, sometimes I need to, you know, it may be something where you may be needing to go to, and it's not going to be for, is this sacrifice going to be forever? Is in weighing that up. And some of you is going to be making a decision as like, as, you know, from doing, that you may be like, a good thing that you're going to sacrifice something. And so it's like there's a thing about wondering, actually, is it a sacrifice or is it not? Do I really, you know what I mean? So it's like whatever it is for you, but it's like there's a choice that needs to be made. And it's like, you know, because he's hanging from his foot and not his neck or his head. So it's like looking from things from another point of view, basically, there. And then we have the Emperor. Because this is the thing, there's he's about, you know, authority, ambition, and material stability. So the only way you're going to get there is like if you put some, you know, sometimes some of you, I'm feeling like there are some changes that you know, are going to be made with the decision that you're going to be making. So, and like I say, you might see it as a sacrifice, and it may be a sacrifice for some of you, and for a short period of time, okay, not necessarily forever, but it's finding that balance with it as well. So, but then the, you know, this Emperor comes in, and he's like gung-ho, like he's sitting in there, and that, I kind of feel like for some of you, whether you're a male or a female, there is a vision there. And oh, okay, then we've got the King of Swords. Wow. With you know, and he's an authority figure who is firm but fierce. So there's this finding this balance in that. So it's kind of like what I'm hearing about that is like getting out of your head and stop overthinking it, okay? Because it may not be, you know, because how sometimes we can hold ourselves back off from doing something, and it's actually, you know what, let's give it a shot, see how it goes, and we need to adjust it, because it's like not every, because they're just saying to like not be too wound up about it, or too, you know, what is the word? I can see it, but it's not be too pedantic about having it, or fastidious about, you know, having things in a certain way, or everything in a certain way. Have it, they're hearing like there's a little bit, may leave a little bit of room for adjustment in your thinking about it. And, you know, a little bit of versatility in the way that you're thinking about it. Okay, so there's the Knight of Pentacles. Progress is slow but steady. Oh, gosh, so it's, for some of you, it probably will have a bit, you know, be about money, as well as, you know, as energy. So like as in physical energy, but also in energy in the way that, you know, that we put it out there as well. And it's probably, I feel, to do around with finances or something, or creating, you know, some sort of income as well from it, or something that may, it might generate an income, or it may be that you might be saying it as it might suck up some of your income, you know. So either way, whatever is going on, it's like you've planted some seeds. The seeds are planted, and the ground is plowed. The seeds have been planted. So it's like there is a bit of progress. It is slow, but there's some steady movement, okay? And then we have the Fool, who is, you know, he's the leap of faith person. It's the theme around this one is the urge to change overcomes the fear involved. So there's something about, that taking that leap of faith. But I'm just being drawn, and it may be that, because there's the Wheel of Fortune there as well. That's coming there. So it's like there's something, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, there's the cycle of, you know, that we all go on at times. And sometimes we have a little bit of money, and sometimes there's a lot of money. Other times we might go back to the little bit of money, then we go back to the lot of money, or a bit of money, and then a lot of money, and it goes around in that cycle again. It can go that way or that way, and it depends on what way how we're thinking, how we're feeling, and how we're moving, as to how that cycle goes. So there seems to be like there's a leap of faith that's there, so that to take with that, that goes with that. but it's also like, I see if you see the dog, it's like, because there's something about freedom in there, like a sense of freedom or freeing. But there is, the dog is like looking up at the man, or the male energy that's there, because he's about to step off the, you know, cliff, and it's like, what are you doing? So there could be people out there that are saying, what are you doing about, you know, and maybe you're of two minds. However, it's like, I feel like the dog, what I'm hearing is like cautioning that, look, watch where you're going. So there could be something about being mindful, which is like, even though it's not saying necessarily not do it, like in the beginning there, where they were kind of where they were heading it, but it's like, okay, just see, let's see how this works out. You know, at the end of the day, it's like I can hear Spirit is saying it's like going in with giving it a shot, because it's like you're never going to know unless you do. But then there's the Wheel of Fortune, so it's been, when you give it a shot, it's, you know, if you choose to go that way, it's, you know, there is something to do, because the Wheel of Fortune generally, when it comes up, is, you know, is about, you know, good luck or good fortune, basically. And it's not in reverse. So if it was in reverse, I would be thinking, you know, like, be like talking, it would probably mean for me that to be cautious about whatever it is that you're going into. But I think we all are in some way or form, as being mindful about, you know, where our next step is, what we know, what this might be, but in the sense of not putting ourselves off completely from doing it. So, and I think, you know, like a lot of us would be thinking, being a bit cautious, have a bit of cautiousness there, and when we're going into sorts of things, there's we think about things, but I feel like there's something about, you know, not being too cautious, you know, as well, because you'll block that wheel of, you know, that Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the last row. Okay, so the Five of Cups. So they talk about regret and sorrow with the Five of Cups. It's like there is something that you move away from with that one, and it's like, I don't see it necessarily as a bad thing, because it's like that you did this bit, but it's more, it's like you're looking at things from a different angle now, like from in the past, and it's like it helps you to look at that. So, and it's, if you look at the other cups there at the back there, they're not full, but they're there. But he's sorted out these ones there. It's like, let's not cry over spilt milk, and get going, basically, or spilt water. So it's quite get going, because in the where he's heading to is the castle, which is about abundance. Okay, that's what I hear of it. So it's like maybe the regret and sorrow is if you don't have a shot at it, that's where the regret and sorrow will be, because you will never know. Because then we have the Sun, the joy, optimism, and clarity of vision with the Sun, and after the Five of Cups. So you may have a little bit of a speed wobble and wonder. That's where I'm feeling like, should have I done the right thing there? So I feel like that's what it is, and it's like, but there's a cycle that's being broken. But then the joy, the Sun comes there, and it's like bringing the Sun out, and they're showing you that actually, you know, it may not be that bad after all, or it may not be that bad, or like just have faith, you know, in yourself and the process. Then we have the Knight of Swords, you know, who brings a welcome change that might be disruptive. So with it, whatever welcome is, it's like, you know, it feels like, I feel like the welcome change is more in the sense that there's some proof or some information or some validation that, yes, I'm heading in the right direction. So and it's like, and things, I feel like something might come up and it makes things move a bit quicker, and you think, oh God, and that will be your, okay, yeah, I am heading in the right direction, and I am ready for this leap of faith, and to take a, you know, and it's okay. So there's like, I feel like that's Spirit, you know, talking about your, this energy is talking about, is like giving you a bit of a, bit of encouragement, you know. And it's about having faith. It is about being cautious, but not too cautious in that you psych yourself out, you know. For whatever it is. It could be, for some of you, it could be a relationship that you're going into. Some of you, it might be a project, like you, as in, you know, buying a property or going into business partners, a business partnership. Or, yeah. Oh, what am I hearing there? Or even going into a new job where you may be stepping up the ladder a bit, or stepping into a brand new job, and it might be a little bit challenging. You think, oh my God, what have I done? But actually, and it will take on a project or something like that, and it's like, oh my God. So there's that sort of thing that could be going on. It's like, no, it's like, and then you get some information. It's like, yeah, okay, I did the right thing. And it's like, cool. With whatever it is that you're doing, you know, it's kind of like, because I'm feeling some of you, maybe because I'm hearing moving, some of you might be actually physically moving home and upsizing, and maybe some of you might be like moving your home and downsizing. So there's even those sorts of thoughts those thoughts and ideas have just popped into my mind then as I'm shuffling the cards. So this is about productivity. Stay on with the productivity. Be productive about, you know, what you're doing with your mind, what you're doing with your energy. It's like, go for a walk, you know, if it's something, you know, you're feeling a little bit flustered or a little bit overwhelmed with something. It's like, you know, sometimes we can lose our productivity, and when we get a little bit stressed, and it's like, so go for a walk. So this is about being productive. Do things that are productive for you, for your own self-care, for your business, your job, your family, or whatever it is, okay? Then the next one here is, I forgot to read that, brilliance. So this is like, you know, shine your brilliance. There's a lot of brilliance there. There's a lot of energy in there, a lot of ideas and thoughts. So, you know, this is about you being, you know, bringing out your brilliant mind or your brilliant ideas, and be brilliant, basically, with your brilliant energy, okay? To lift your energy. Cool. Wow. There's a lot going on there. Awesome. An awesome lot, though, going on there. So anyway, I'm going to leave that now with you, Aquarius. So today is the Thursday, the 3rd of September, 2020. So, yeah, you have a great week, and I'll see you next week on Thursday. Okay, so my spiritual team and I and the Zion energy, I go like that because you may not be able to see their energy, but I know that they are there. And also the energy of Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius. I thank you all. And we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure, and also prosperity and abundance. Okay? Bye for now, and we'll see you next Thursday. Oh.